Hey everyone, I'm Willie Campbell, owner and chief instructor of Arm Safely. And today I would like to talk about a video I found on YouTube by Rob Leatham. The title of that video is called Aiming is Useless, 3 Secrets to Great Shooting. So what does Rob Leatham mean when he says aiming is useless? And before I go into that, if you don't know who Rob Leatham is a 6-time IPSC world champion shooter, which means this guy can really shoot. So in this video titled Aiming is Useless, 3 Secrets to Great Shooting, what does he mean by aiming is useless? Well, especially for new shooters have a tendency, because they've probably been taught this, to really put all of their attention on having perfect sight alignment, perfect sight picture, and you want your aiming to be absolutely perfect, and then slowly apply pressure to the trigger without moving the gun. And according to Rob Leatham, that's a bunch of BS. You don't want to do that. That's not how you want to start off as a beginner shooter, especially. What's more important in the beginning, and I agree with Rob Leatham 110%, what's more important in the beginning is take aiming, take sight alignment, sight picture, and don't worry about any of that. What's more important than aiming is being able to squeeze the trigger, or if you want to call it press the trigger, it doesn't matter what you call it. The most important thing in the beginning is to be able to press the trigger without moving the gun. That's more important than aiming, sight alignment, and sight picture, because you could have perfect sight alignment, you could have perfect sight picture, your aiming could be perfect, but if you're not capable of squeezing, pressing the trigger without moving the gun, then it doesn't matter if your aiming was perfect, because you still won't hit the target. So what are the 3 secrets to great shooting? They're simple, because shooting is simple. It's just not easy. The 3 secrets are: 1, hold the gun really tight. 2, point the gun at the target. And 3, pull the trigger without moving the gun. That's it. If you're able to do those 3 things, you'll be a successful shooter. But remember, in the beginning, don't focus on and don't worry about your sight alignment and sight picture. Don't worry about aiming. It's more important to be able to press the trigger without moving the gun. And after you're able to do that, then you want to focus and work on your aiming. Because if you're not able to squeeze the trigger without moving the gun, your sight picture, sight alignment could be perfect. You're still not going to hit the target. That's it. So watch the video. Again, the name of the video, the title of the video is Aiming is Useless, 3 Secrets of Great Shooting.
As a rule, the first thing you should learn how to do is pull the trigger without moving the gun. You don't even need to load the gun. You don't need a target. You need to be able to fire the gun without altering the attitude and the direction the gun's pointed. Until you can do that, aiming is meaningless. Think about it. If you're shooting a shot, you're focused on that front sight. You're looking at that front sight. You're looking, and you say, no, I'm going to shoot now. And you jerk the gun 6 inches low, 8 inches low. It didn't matter if you aimed to begin with. So it's pointless to focus on aiming until fire control is in place. Okay, so the first thing I teach a new shooter is always the same thing. First off, it's safety. Keep the gun pointed the right way, all that kind of crap. At that point, we turn into, now listen, what I need you to do is hold the gun firmly. And I put their hands on the gun and show them how I want them to grip it. I don't even need them to bring it up to eye level. And I tell them, hold the gun right there, cycle gun, now pull the trigger. Click, nothing moves. Click, nothing moves. Click, nothing moves. Because they're not aiming, so they don't care about aiming. So you're not letting the process of aiming affect their shooting, as they're pulling the trigger. Then I say, okay, now extend the gun, point the gun at the target, don't care about the sights yet, and pull the trigger. Click, click, click. So now we're going to shoot some shots, and I don't care where you hit. We're going to shoot some shots now, live fire. And almost immediately, the guy will sit there and immediately start shooting, and he'll aim, and I'll say, stop. You're aiming. I don't need you aiming. You're going to hit the damn target at 3 or 4 or 5 yards without aiming, so don't worry about it. You can't miss from lack of aiming at that distance. You'll miss by moving the gun out of alignment, by jerking, flinching, pushing, pulling. And it's not jerking the trigger either. I hate it when people blame everything on not seeing the sight and jerking the trigger. To shoot fast, you're going to jerk the trigger. So learn how to jerk the trigger without moving the gun. It's that simple. It's just not easy to do. So fundamentally, if you're trying to teach somebody that, this is one of New Springfield's new OSPs, the gun I shot at the National. So the guy that does this motion right here, sight, everything looks good, and then they say, I'm going to shoot now. It won't matter if the dot was where I wanted it or not, because I moved it 8 or 10 or 12 inches when I moved it. So what I need the guy to do is forget about aiming, point the gun out at the target, and do this. Learn how to do this motion right here. Okay? So now, even though I'm poorly aimed, the shot's going to go where it was directed. And now aiming will matter. So this is what it looks like live fire. So you put it on there. If you do everything right, you put the dot on the target and you pull the trigger. You pull the trigger, pull the trigger, pull the trigger, pull the trigger. Okay? At that point, I'm not trying to see a perfect clear dot. In this case, it's a dot, not iron sights. I'm not trying to make the dot motionless. I'm not trying to fixate all my conscious thought onto that aiming point. It's about 30% on the visual, and the rest of it is all on feeling the trigger. Because if I can move the trigger without moving the gun, I'm going to have a good shot. Now, shooting's really simple, guys. It's not necessarily easy, but there are only 3 things that you have to do. Hold the gun really tight. Okay, don't try to relax. Hold the gun tight. Point the gun at the target where you want to hit it and pull the trigger as fast as you can without moving. That's it. That's all the secrets to shooting.
Tell me what you think. Let me know if you agree, disagree. Leave a comment. And as always, remember, train hard. Your life depends on it. And until next time, have a good one.